Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is still Mackie and welcome to today's little mini reading vlog for this week. In honor of Valentine's Day, which is literally next week, I have decided that because we keep going all reds and pinks and hearts in the month of February, I want to be reading pink books only for this video. So I'm going to try to read as many pink books as I can this week, and we will just talk about them, see what I get to, and get in the spirit and mood for Valentine's Day. So hopefully I'll get to like painting my nails pink. I've gotten my sheets changed and they're literally pink as well. So I'm literally all decked out for the vlog. Yeah, let's get into it now. So last night I actually ended up starting the first couple of books for this video. I started I Hope This Doesn't Find You and The Night Shift, and it's so funny because I think that was a great decision because I just started reading those books and I was binging both of them like a crazy woman today. All I was doing was reading. I didn't come to update that I was reading about over 150 pages through The Night Shift and over 100 pages through I Hope This Doesn't Find You. That's such a long title, but just know I'm about approximately at that point in both. I just don't know the exacts. But the point is, I started them and it's 2:30 right now in the morning. I've just been reading and it's a school night. So I'm trying to keep this update short. I will give you the synopsis of both books when I come back home tomorrow. Very much in the mood. I'm very excited. February is such a fun month, honestly. If I didn't mention, I'm reading both of these on my Kindle right now and I'm having such a great, amazing time. So far, so good. And I will see you in the morning. But hello to the vlog. Hi guys. And I will be more decked out with all the pinks tomorrow. I'll wear like a pink shirt. We'll do the nails. We'll go all out. But for now, hi and welcome to the vlog. Let's get into it. At this point, this is not even funny. It's just simply a problem. I looked up, I checked the time. It's 3:22 in the morning on a school night. I was reading at like 8 in the evening and I don't know where the time went by. I was reading The Night Shift, by the way, if anyone cares. I mean, I have 30 pages left, so I'm probably just gonna go finish. How did all that time just go by? I don't understand. Hi guys, so now it's been a couple of days since my last like little update, which was basically my like 2-3 a.m. rant. I literally cannot remember, but it's been a couple of like hectic days. I had schoolwork, I had work in general to focus on, assignments to get done, to finish, I had deadlines to meet. But the point is, all of that is done. It's currently Saturday, I believe, and I have a bunch of like free time ahead of me. So it means today we can sit down and we can finally read another pink book for this video. But before we get into that, I actually did end up finishing Night Shift in the previous clip. It was almost done and I was like, you know what, we could get it done. So I was just like, let's do it. I just did it, you know. So anyway, I finished Night Shift and I realized I never actually came in to give summary or synopsis of the book. So here we are to talk about Night Shift by Annie Crown. As I figured out, this is actually a published Wattpad book. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but when I was reading and I was reading late into the night on a school night, I definitely got that feeling because it was just like, you read a little bit, you make it to the end of the chapter because the chapters are like really small. And then you're just like, you know what, the chapter is small anyway, maybe I'll just like read one more and keep going until it's like 3-4 in the morning and you're just like, what? Where did the time go? And considering the fact that the next day is a school day, you kind of need to stop because you need to look alive in school, but also, do you really want to? No. So you keep going and you basically finish the book out in an evening. So the thing is, a couple days before I actually finished it, I got like a reel when I was scrolling on my For You page and the author was promoting her own book, this one. And the way she promoted it sounded very interesting to me, so I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot. And I'm so grateful I did because I really enjoyed it and I really loved the way I just flew through it. My previous read was ACOTAR and Coat of Thorns and Roses. It took some time to read because it was like fantasy and I was just getting into fantasy. It was my first one in years. And this, however, I was just so surprised at my speed. I was just flying through it, finishing it off, and I'm just like, I don't know where that speed went during ACOTAR. I know I was trying to understand stuff, but also it's good to have that speed back. And it's good to fly through something. It definitely wasn't like the best piece of literature I've ever consumed, but I would recommend it if you're looking for something fast-paced and easy to get through. It's just, I wouldn't really recommend it or go out of my way to recommend it as a book if you're looking for like a fun little romance. And the book itself, it's about this girl called Kendall, and she's like a librarian who works the night shift at her school campus library. And she like reads romance books. She believes in all these tropes and she's like constantly looking into her life and pulling out all these tropes for romance books and like saying, I hate miscommunication and whatever. But then when so there's this guy called Vincent who is like the basketball team captain, and he essentially walks into the library one day for a book rec. during her night shift. So he's like failing like a class or something like that, and he needs like a book rack to not fail the class, and she helps him out with it. They kind of end up making out in the library, and things just move from there. They kind of proceed. You don't know where they're going because this is what is explained to you in the synopsis, and that's what I saw in the author's reel. The book rack, that's what really did it for me. That's the only reason I went to read the book, and I wasn't disappointed. It's just she keeps talking about miscommunication, like I said, but then she's also miscommunicating with the guy, and they're not really expressing stuff, and then there's things going wrong. But then, like, I don't know, it was a little frustrating, her inner monologue as well. She was doing the whole I'm not like other girls thing, but also I hate that trope. I personally hate it. And she was kind of annoying as a main character. She kept doing all these things, but it wasn't a bad book. I love the little like book references in the middle or whatever. It's just with a cover like that, what happened in the last like 100-ish pages was like a little too spicy, and I feel like it could be cut down in terms of book length, even though it wasn't very long to begin with. But that's just my individual personal taste. I feel like it did drag out the last 100 pages, but it was very well paced in a way that it was done, and then I was done with it, and I was happy to be done with it in a way too. It wasn't like the craziest, most amazing book I've read, but also it wasn't terrible either. So far, I think I'm gonna land on like a 3-star rating for it because I didn't hate it. It definitely pulled me out of my little ACOTAR rut. And even though I still want to go back to that series, I'm not like dying and like not able to read anything apart from it, and that's a good thing because I do have videos to plan in terms of Valentine's Day film content for that, and it's a good thing for me. I also decided that I want to read another couple of pink books, or maybe just one. We will see. But this morning I ended up starting, I hope this doesn't find you, on my Kindle. I'm in my little like Kindle era. I'm not able to read physical books right now for some reason. I just want to take my Kindle, sit and read. I should probably charge it, but I started this book and I'm like about 100-ish pages through. I'm not too sure I know what's going on. It's just I don't know how to describe it. If you've watched To All the Boys I've Loved Before, that's what it feels like, but hate mail. This girl called Sadie Wen, and essentially she like is the perfect like student on paper, but she hates all these people who like misuse her, take advantage of her, or copy her assignments but don't give her credit and stuff like that. There's this one guy she hates in particular, Julius, who's like a co-captain with her, and he's essentially as smart as she is and like very frustrating because like they're always competing for like these things. She wants to look perfect in front of people, and she's a bit of like a people pleaser, but when she gets back home she's like really mad, so she went out by writing all these hate emails to all these people and saving it to her drafts folder in her like little email account. So it's never actually sent out. It's just written as a form of venting, catharsis, whatever. One day they randomly all just get sent out, and then there are all these people coming, lashing out on her, not taking it very well, except Julius, who actually stands by her side even though she wrote the most number of and the worst kind of emails to him. Like, they're not too harsh, but also they're kind of rude, and I wouldn't really want to receive stuff like that. It's kind of funny the way it's written also. That's what the book is about. And now he's standing by her side when all these people are coming and like lashing out on her and kind of like hating on her. There are these things that are happening. It's very sweet. That's all you need to know. They say they hate each other, and in a way it's very enemies to lovers for a romance book. I know I'm saying that, especially after reading a fantasy, ACOTAR, my very first one off, I think, since I've gotten back into reading. But the thing is, it feels very enemies to lovers because nothing's really going on between them, but the way things are subtly done is just so nice, and I'm really enjoying it. So far it's a good book. As it turns out, it literally just came out earlier this week, which is also very fun. But again, this is another book that was recommended in my like little feed, and I was just like, you know what, it's pink, let's do it. And I'm not regretting. So there are these like comparisons that are really funny. The way it's written, the writing style, I'm flying through it. And I think what I want to do right now is just take it back up, read some more, update in a little bit, we shall see. But so far so good. I'm really liking this book. Maybe a little more than Night Shift, but I'm really enjoying it. So we shall see what goes down after that. I hope something starts to happen though, because it is slowing down a little bit, but we will see. It's about like 300-ish pages, and since I'm a little over 100 in, I think I could possibly just sit down all evening and do that today, read it, because that's what I feel like doing. But again, I'm not too sure, so I'm gonna try reading it, and I'll update hopefully after I get in like a little further and I have something to say. But again, this book, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's like YA, but also it's done very well. I wouldn't recommend this if you're in like a reading slump because it is slower, but if you want something like that wherein you want like a good slow burn, enemies to lovers YA, that's your go-to. But I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna go continue reading now, and hopefully I'll update soon. So it's sometime later, as you can probably tell, and I've just been sitting here. I've been reading, not exactly, I've been switching between another couple of books and this one. I hope this doesn't find you. But the thing is, I made it to chapter 16. I have an hour and 51 minutes left and I'm 70% through the book. And the thing is, I really need something to happen. I have less than 100 pages left, exactly. Literally nothing is going on. I'm sorry, I don't want to be mean. Not much has really happened since I last spoke, except I think what I was originally planning on rating it, whatever point I'd reached when I last updated. I think that's fallen down a couple notches because like there's literally nothing going on, and I understand it's a YA book, but I need things to pick up, something more than just conversation happening. Listen, I know I say I love conversation in books. I don't like it when it gets very descriptive, but also at this point the conversation itself is getting descriptive, and I understand that the characters, they have some issues to go through, but I'm not vibing with the pacing right now. That's what I want to say. And I'm just coming in right now to say I don't want to DNF this book. This year I'm going to give myself leverage to do that if I want to, but I really don't want to DNF it. It sounds so cute. There are so many people who love it. It's kind of annoying me a little bit, especially the main character, her like people-pleasing tendencies, which again, I know that's a real thing. I wish it was paced a little better so stuff was actually going on, because right now I'm just sitting here, I'm reading, I'm bored, I keep going on my phone, and I have picked up another couple of books which are pulling me through it so I don't get slumped out. But the whole point of this was to read this book and enjoy it, not really get slumped out by it and have to adopt other means of not getting slumped out. That is for the update. Hopefully it gets better from here. Hopefully it goes uphill. I understand that people love this book, but right now I think it might not be for me, and that's very unfortunate because I was really loving it. I was loving the main characters, I was loving their banter and tension, but right now it's starting to wear off on me. I feel like it lasted too long and I just really needed to pick up a little bit, or the pages, the amount of them, they need to be cut short a little, because I need something to happen. That's it for my rant. I'm gonna keep reading. Hopefully I will finish soon because it says an hour and 51 minutes. And been a productive day of reading so far, so I'd like to finish this at least today. We shall see. Okay, so update, I've reached chapter 17, an hour and 20 minutes left to be done with the book, 78% through. It picked up. Maybe what I said previously was unwarranted, but something happened and I am starting to enjoy it again. But it's just the weight, the middle part, it felt a little slow for me and dragged out. And it's finally at the 78% mark that the female main character, Sadie, she's finally admitting that she has feelings for Julius, which it took some time to get there. It was slow burn. We got there. It took a bit of time, but we're here. And I'm honestly excited to see how this book concludes at this point. But yeah, I'm hungry now. I'm probably gonna go get dinner, and I'm probably gonna read during as well. So hopefully I'll come in and update in a little bit. Maybe once I'm done. I've also forgotten how cool the metaphors in this book are and how funny it was. So I'm having a good time. But yeah, I'll get back soon. Hi guys, so the last time I spoke to you, or at least in the clips that I'm including in the vlog, it was back in Feb, and I actually did end up reading more books than the first two you guys watched me read in the video, but I'm not going to include it because the funniest part is, after these two, I got so sick of reading pink books. Two books made me so sick of them that I figured I'm just gonna keep reading, and it became essentially like an out of control mood read where I wasn't even trying to stick to the like pink color scheme. It went into red, it went into purple, it went into orange, and I don't want to use that in a pink book video because let's be real, that is not pink, no matter what justification I come here to give you. So those clips, they aren't really usable anyway. They've gotten like corrupted or whatever because they were sitting in my little editing studio, that thing, for so long. So I'm not going to use them anyway. So I'm putting this video out with these clips, and these are the books we read in today's vlog. Now it's currently November when I'm coming back to edit and post this. So the year has flown by. Calendar waits for no one. I don't know why I'm giving life advice, but it's finally time for me to come and give you that promised update I'd give you when I finished I Hope This Doesn't Find You. So I think around that time, either that day or the next day, I remember I sat up till like a little bit into the night and I was just like, I'm gonna read this book and I'm gonna finish it because I was just so hell-bent on on getting it done. I had been reading it for like a week or so at that point, and I was just so done and sick of it. Now, I don't want to be mean or anything. The concept in retrospect, in theory, it sounds so good, but the execution for me wasn't that great, because the way it started off was really nice, and then the ending, I feel like the last chapter or so was really nice too, but then the middle dragged out so much. I feel like that could be cut down. You know how in like high school, when the teachers, they give like such huge essays and you're supposed to hit like a certain word count, you use the same sentence over and over again, except you use like synonyms in it, so you can add up and reach a certain word count. What I felt in these pages was like the same scene was repeated and like changed a little bit, and rewritten over and over again until the author hit a certain word count on an already kind of on the smaller side book. It could have just been like shortened into like a novella or something. That would have kept my attention more than the whole book here did, because the middle dragged out for so long. It felt like I read maybe like 3 books in that lifetime, but it was only this one, and which is why I think I mentioned it in the video, but I would never recommend it or go out of my way to recommend it, especially to someone in a slump, because you're gonna get so down with it. I don't even want to be mean. Like, this was good for a YA book, I will say that, but I've read better YA since. Lynn Painter is a great author if you want to go check her out. I think I read like a couple of others as well. I'm trying to remember names, it's not coming to me now, but if you want to read those, go ahead, read those. This one, I just wouldn't recommend it. And keep in mind, if this is one of your favorite books, don't get me wrong, so happy for you. It wasn't for me though, and that's why I'm saying I wouldn't recommend it, because I'm trying to recommend only books I personally enjoy and would actually go out and out of my way to recommend to my friends. That's what this channel is about, because you guys are my besties. But I ended up giving this book 3 stars, and I just want to say, earlier in the video I said that I was enjoying this book more than Night Shift. It's so funny, because in the months since, I've actually contemplated going ahead and just buying myself like a physical off Night Shift, because I feel like rereading it for some reason. Like, it was cringe, but in a good way, when you stay up till 3 a.m. on like a Wattpad, on a school night reading Wattpad, because that's actually what I did in the video. I'd really like to relive that, because I didn't like the main characters, but I think that gave so much emotion and depth to it, because it really takes something in a book to pull that from you, and I don't think that was the intention, but it was a good book regardless, and I had a good time reading. And I hope this doesn't find you so numbed out to these characters that I found it like almost like watching socks dry. I was that bored, which is why I'm giving that 3, and Night Shift I'm increasing it to 3.5 stars, because I enjoyed that book more. And maybe I'll record like a reading Wattpad books for a week and then buy that one and reread it, because it was just so fun. She was a book girly in the Night Shift. We are book girlies. She mentioned these like traits and microtropes and stuff, and it was so, I don't know, it was just so fun. It was cool watching her read her books, going about her day. Like, it was fun. And as much as I want to now continue this vlog and make it a little longer, because it's shorter than my normal content, I don't really have the time. I have other videos to be recording, so I'm gonna stop this video here and post it, because there's this huge video I've been working on for at least the past month at this point. It gets over this week. I'm so excited for it to be done so you guys can watch it. But until that happens, this video is going out tonight. So that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys had fun coming along with me back in February reading a couple of pink books. Again, like I said, I wish there was more to it, and there would have been if I wouldn't have strayed away from the color palette and gone into more other hues or whatever you want to say. But regardless, that's my own fault. I'm admitting to it, whatever. That's it. So yeah, we've reached the end of the vlog. I know it's smaller than the usual. I hope you don't mind that, and I think I might, don't hold me to it, post another video this week, just so I can make up for the fact that this was smaller than usual. So I'm gonna go see what I can do for that. But that's it for today's reading vlog. I hope you guys had a fun time coming along with me reading these pink books. Even though it was only a couple, I didn't really enjoy them very much, but again, listen, we're here for the vibes. We're here just to pass our time reading fictional books about fictional people and then ranting about it. That's what this channel is about. So like, share, comment and subscribe. Do the YouTube things, you know how to do them, and I'll see you hopefully very, very soon. Now, I won't say whether it's going to be next week's vlog or again this week, because I'm not sure about the posting. I'm going to try as much as I can to see you again this week, but if I don't, I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!